Yeah, things can get a lot more complicated than Ignacio imagined. Just imagine, Maduro's wife probably can't handle much, and she's seen a lot. She could get a life sentence, Maduro could get the death penalty, and a plea bargain is already being arranged. I'll show you here, and the left, they're so nefarious that they're trying to arrest Nikolas. Can you believe something like that? Everything points to it. I'll show you here. One of the biggest influencers here on the network who knows everything about international politics, Renato Barros, talking about the possibility. The press itself already admits it. What happened there with Maduro can happen here too, okay? It's gonna happen. Cable News Network is already showing that. And today, Maduro has already been taken to the custody hearing in the American courts, along with his wife. He has a lot to say, and we'll show you everything here. You can be sure, Lombim, the Lombim of many people in Brasilia must be burning, must be burning. Remember when Dad or Mom would say, "Your Lombim is going to burn, I'm going to make your Lombim burn." I wouldn't want to be in Ignacio's shoes, but go ahead and hit the like button. Hit it. Come on, come be part of our family. Grab the link, group, link, group, link, group, my friends. Before we start here, just a quick message. We have Wesley and Fervor available for everyone. Yeah. It's a natural weight loss. Are you going to do it? Especially during these year-end parties. Sometimes we end up going a little overboard, right? Sometimes we eat a little more, and we always get that worry. What do we do to lose inches, to lose weight? Here's a product with which I lost more than 20 kilos. Everyone asks about it. Fabiano Gigay, wow, you lost weight fast. Yes, my friends, a lot of willpower, and a product that helps. It's a little powder, look, it's a little powder that you take and mix in water. It tastes like orange juice. Looks like Tang, right? It's similar, and it suppresses your hunger. You feel less hungry, so you'll be able to lose weight. If I can do it, my friends, I'm living proof, living proof. A few months ago, look at these photos, look at these images. Me and a friend of mine, we were together. You were chubby, Fabiano. You were chubby. It had been a while since he last saw me. We met yesterday. Gilberto's a great friend. Big hug to him. Fabiano, you used to be chubby. Did you lose weight? That's what I said. It's Slim Fab, which I'm promoting every day on the channel. A really great product for you if you want to lose weight much more easily and calmly. We know it's hard. It's hard. For me, every day is a struggle, and I wasn't able to lose weight until Slim Fab helped me lose more than 20 kilos. Here's the link for anyone wanting to get ready for summer. Look slim and feel great. It really boosts your quality of life, my friends. Look at the left being the left. They're a joke, aren't they? Look at how the Pileros were suggesting here, my friends. They're all suggesting this here. The issue with Nikolas is here. I managed to find it. It's here. Nikolas can be impeached and arrested for suggesting that the United States attack Brazil and kidnap Lula. Go ahead. Arrest Nikolas, because I think Lula's situation is going to get a little bit worse. Look at that. Congressman Nikolas Ferreira could lose his mandate and even be arrested for having suggested and encouraged an attack on the United States, Brazil, and the kidnapping of Ignacio. It's just that these troublemakers from the PT blogs, it's hard to keep up with these blogs. The desperation they're in is what led to a formal complaint being filed with the Attorney General's office by Paulo Ganedo, Professor Pardal, through the congressman. Look at the credibility. Federal Congressman Ivan Valente, who, after getting caught, acts just like Maduro, right? When they get caught, right? And by the former president of Partido Socialismo e Liberdade, Juliano Medeiros. Last Saturday, after the United States government bombed Venezuela and kidnapped Maduro, Nikolas made a series of posts on social media celebrating the illegal operation. In one of them, he shared a montage that would be Lula, depicted being arrested by the military in the United States, similar to Maduro's kidnapping. Look there. Arrest Nikolas, arrest him, arrest him. Do you guys have the guts at this point in the game to arrest Nikolas? Are you guys out of your minds? Why? Guys, are you posting this online? What? If Nublar can post, we can too, right? Nublar posts things about Bolsonaro. Once it's online, it's online. Look, Lula's meeting is online now. Here with the guys. With the guys, look at the size of the diaper, and then look at the size of the diaper here from Rosemary's Baby. That's the truth, okay? Look at this. Cuba's Minister of the Armed Forces threatens to rescue Maduro, but helicopters are abandoned due to lack of maintenance. They go on and on, guys. They go on and on. And the picture, that gives satisfaction, right? This is the picture. Maduro and his wife. Maduro could get the death penalty, and his wife might get life in prison, if not the death penalty too. The best way is to talk, speak, sing, sing. Here are images. Look at that tough guy over there, that brave guy who used to stand up, talk, and all that. Now he's in this situation here. Look at that, look at that. That guy who was so full of courage, now he's even hunched over, right? That woman who did so much evil to her own people, so much evil. The Janja of Venezuela, the spendthrift Janja too, just like the Janja from here, right? They're all hunched to avoid hitting their heads on the helicopter blade. There's Maduro walking with a limp. Until yesterday, everything was normal. Now he's already kind of staggering. His wife is also a bit hunched over, right? My friends, these guys are like ghosts. These guys are like ghosts. This operation served to show the world that if the United States wants to, they can catch Kim. They can catch any criminals they want. It's the first time they've launched a kind of equipment that they throw in there. It cuts off the electricity in the whole area, blocks and blocks. Everything was without power. Everything was without power. They went there, did the operation, got what they wanted. Goodbye, thank you, goodbye, thank you. And now Maduro, you see, that tough guy who used to dance, mock, did all kinds of evil, killed people, arrested rivals. He said he was going to get rid of Maria Corina, that he was going to get rid of Edmundo Gonzalez. The guy even had to go into exile in Spain, and now he's back. You see how things are for him and his wife. Every fake little communist uses his wife as a shield, Because if the United States didn't catch the woman here, who's just as much a criminal as he is, she might have taken power there. She might have taken over. But there was no way, right? He's even wearing orange boots. Look, orange boots. This time he's not wearing flip-flops. He's got the orange boots on and all, right? And cable news network. Look at that. Post-Venezuela. The United States will reach Brazil through transnational organized crime. He claims that even the University of Sao Paulo specialist from the public university there, Albert Pfeiffer Trump, embraces the doctrine of dominance over the Americas. It's also expected to arrive in Brazil.
This is going to affect us. It's already affecting us. It's already reached the Southern Cone. Because the Argentina of the Kirchners was an Argentina very close to China, and there was a total replacement of the strategic doctrinal relationship by the United States. So I would say that we are seeing this predominance, this enlist, engage, and expand happening. In fact, it will reach Brazil. The path is Venezuela quickly, then Colombia in the electoral cycle, and it will reach Brazil. By a perhaps unconventional route, right? Transnational organized crime that
is explicitly mentioned there.
It's mentioned because it's about migration, organized crime, and economic recovery in the Americas. China is a main focus, but Iran is also involved. Iran remains strong and is still in Venezuela. However, its offensive capability was reduced by the 12-day Israeli-American attacks that destroyed its nuclear program.
This is going to reach Brazil. It's going to reach Ignacio. You can already start getting ready, you see? It's going to get here, right? The plea bargain here? I'm following our dear Renato Barros here. Renato is very well known on social media. He's traveled all over the world. This guy has a huge knowledge of international politics. Huge, right? And he's a great person, guys. A great person. So, I'll just say it here. Look, Maduro asks for mercy and might turn in powerful people involved in fraud schemes. Renato already says, guys,
Look at what's happening. Did you see that? Nikolas Maduro arrived in the United States in handcuffs. On Monday, he will already face the custody hearing. He will sit on the defendant's bench and he will be heard, right? And that's how it was revealed. Now, he is already asking for mercy. That's right. Donald Trump revealed it, right? He's giving interviews, phone interviews and all, that Nicolas Maduro begged and pleaded for mercy, for clemency. But he was offered many things before the action. But he acted like Marco Rubio said, playing games and challenging, and ended up paying a high price. And now his request for clemency, for mercy, etc., he might even get what he's asking for, on the condition that he gives up everything he knows. And everything he knows is already starting to go viral in the United States. Pay attention now. And I ask you to share this video a lot and for him to turn in his buddies from the forum. Sao Paulo and the money schemes to finance campaigns and a bunch of other things out there all over the world that happened in several places, and get it. And do you also know what the magic of the little machines is? That's right, because Donald Trump, he wants to prove what happened in 2020 when he ended up losing to Joe Biden. And there was Smartmatic Dominion voting machine. And Donald Trump wants to prove that. And Maduro could be the guy who will reveal all of this. And a lot of people could be involved who used machines and software from Venezuela, and this method was exported to many countries. That's what's already happening in the United States, so I'm bringing you what's going on. Including the lawyer Sidney Powell, she has been denouncing these things and denouncing the Maduro regime for many years. That's why, and now General Mike Flynn has endorsed this and shared it. He even tagged several people there, tagged Trump, Rubio, and said, now you know. How many elections out there didn't happen?
you already understand Renato very well. Besides that, Renato Barros, a great influence, one of the first on the right. Does incredible work here on social media. That's the fact. Trump will want to prove all that happened in 2020. And if there's one thing all of this has taught us, there's no way around it. China is stunned by what the United States has managed to do. And Russia, well, there's nothing more to say. Russia doesn't have any power left. We're seeing it now in Ukraine, and the same goes for China. In other words, when the United States gets involved, they step in to get things done. And then they posted images of Maduro giving a thumbs up and all that, right? I think it was just yesterday. The wicked ones over there in Venezuela, look, they're suggesting that he was doing propaganda, saying that thumbs up in the photo means he's fine and will win, at least according to the propaganda, right? Maduro tells the world he's fine and confident of victory. These communists from Arabia, let me tell you, right? He gave that thumbs up right when he was leaving jail, yeah. The fact is simple. The Venezuelan people are celebrating and very happy. It's really nice to see other people's happiness, right? Especially when they've been so crushed by such a terrible regime, right? Look.
Look, the transition is going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Trump acted for himself and wants the oil. I don't care.
We're talking about oil, the oil that Trump wants. Oil is oil. Inasco wants a big diaper. That's what he wants. This oil business has already run its course. We're even watching cable news networks since what happened there is going to happen here. Do you think Anasco will be able to handle fighting the Primero Comando de Capital, fighting the Red Command and all that? They go in there without asking for permission. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. That's something absolutely everyone knows. That they go into those communities without asking for permission. Guys, didn't you see Flavio Dino when he was Minister of Justice? Everybody saw it. Everybody could see it. It's just that the global situation has changed. Things got a lot harder than they thought they would. That testimony from Maduro will be a bombshell. The guy is already begging for mercy because his wife is facing a life sentence. And he could even get the death penalty, so he's gonna have to talk. There's no way around it, for sure, in court. Today, since he was taken to the New York court, he must have already revealed a couple of things. A couple of things. Until yesterday, he was in a favorable situation, doing all kinds of bad things. Now he's locked up and there's nowhere for him to run. Nowhere for him to run. So what is he going to do? No one is going to get him out of there. And that's exactly what many people didn't want, for him to be captured by the United States. The United States went in with almost no casualties, captured him, and now it's just about him talking, and he did. Maybe things will get less complicated for him. Share this video, copy the link, send it to your groups, and hit like. Join our family by subscribing to our channel.